So I was bullied a lot. I was called a weirdo because I have this innate ability of being able to remember events exactly when and how it happened to the detail. I was branded delusional and that I would be a social outcast when I decided to leave the corporate world to go and start up a maths academy. Ha! The students are going to walk all over you. You think you can handle them. You're throwing your life away. Don't be stupid. My family did not like the move at all, and as a result, I left home and did not speak with them for over 2 years. Yeah, you could see where this is going. Dealing with hate and rejection was something I experienced throughout my life. I know a lot of you also go through hate in your day-to-day life, and it's not easy. But hate can actually do you more good if you can look at it through the right lens. So in this video, I want to share 3 lessons I learned on how to deal with hate and how I use hate to my advantage and not my downfall. I genuinely hope after watching this video, you can now look at hate in a new light and use it to propel yourself for the life you want. The first lesson I learned is not taking it personal. When someone hates on you, it could be your friend, a family member, or even a co-worker. It's very difficult to not take it personal. 99% of the time, you will take it personal, which is why it hurts you. You think there's something wrong with you because this person has brought you down, but most of the time, it's nothing to do with you. It's mostly something to do with them. When I decided to leave the corporate world to start up my maths academy, the amount of hate and negativity I was getting through my friends and family was crazy. I didn't understand why I was getting this much hate. It was not like I was throwing my life down the drain. I purely decided to take a different route and make something of myself. I explained to them how I was going to make this work, and of course it's going to take time, but I was very confident it will work eventually if I stayed consistent. But they could not see it. They completely disregarded it. The hate and negativity I was getting made me really question where was all this coming from. You see, before the decision, everything was okay and life was normal. The moment I made that move, the hate started pouring in. I'm not going to lie to you and say I did not take it personally. I 100% took it personally. I felt insulted, I felt angry, I felt frustrated. I went through all the emotions. It hurt and I magnified that hurt inside me. Why are you all hating on a decision that I'm making that I know is going to help me propel forward and is going to give me peace and fulfillment for my life? Like, where was all this coming from? Why? What did I do wrong? When I really questioned this, I realized that it was nothing to do with me, but everything to do with them. They did not like the fact that I'm doing something with my life, that I'm making a change and taking action. Me making a change for my life was exposing their inability to make a change in their own lives. As a result, they did not like the feeling of seeing their lives not going anywhere. So the best way to make themselves feel better was to shut down what I was planning to do. Pour cold water on it. It's a defensive move to avoid exposing their own truths. Knowing this made me decide that I can't be surrounding myself in that type of environment, with people constantly bringing me down and being purely negative. But somehow it did make me feel better, knowing that it was nothing to do with me and I should not bring myself down because of another person's insecurity. When someone brings you down, take a step back and ask yourself, where is this coming from? Is it genuine feedback that has some constructive points, or is it just pure negativity? If it's pure negativity, know that it's nothing to do with you. That person is projecting their own insecurities onto you. You don't want to surround yourself with those people. It will eventually drain you and not allow you to blossom. If you explain to them why you are making these moves or these decisions and they are still bringing you down, then I'm afraid you're going to have to cut those ties. It might not need to be permanent, but for the time being, it's what's needed for you to go on your journey and grow. There is nothing wrong with cutting ties for your own self-interest and needs. You should not feel guilty for doing this. Remember, you have to be selfish first in order to then be selfless. If you can look at it in those lenses, I guarantee you the comments and hates will go in one ear and just come out the other. There is no processing that will be required. Your brain would not need to process that information. It will go straight into the bin folder to be deleted permanently. The second lesson I learned on dealing with hate is to let it fuel you. Hate can be used to your advantage if you use it wisely. It could be a tool that you use to gain that extra fire inside you for you to achieve the vision and goals that you have for yourself. As much as I would keep getting hate and negativity from my friends and family, it did one thing that when I look back on, I'm very grateful for. It created a deeper fire inside me to prove all of them wrong. The more they hated on me, the more I wanted to prove them wrong. Their hate and negativity was adding more fuel to the fire. I was very angry, and again I took it personal. But me taking it personal translated into a deep sense of making sure that that I achieved what I said I was going to achieve. I was obsessed to making this Maths Academy work. Driven by people thinking I was making a big mistake, I was fueled by the hate. This is where I was able to use hate to my advantage. All the emotions I was going through, I used it to push myself beyond my normal capacity. I truly believe that we all have different ways of pushing ourselves. For me, I realized that hate was actually what I needed. If someone tells me I can't do it, I take it very personal and I would do whatever it takes to prove them wrong. Maybe it's the way I'm wired, I don't know. Going through all those hate made me even more focused and disciplined on building the business. There were many difficult, dark moments I went through. Challenges, obstacles, rejections, things not working out the way I thought it would. Every time I went through those challenging periods, I always reminded myself of those people who said I can't do it. I told myself, even though this is difficult right now, even though I'm not seeing any growth, even though I feel the whole world is against me and I feel so small, I cannot give up. I have to show these people that they were wrong. I can't give in and stroke their ego. There is no way. Not giving in to the narrative and using the hate to my advantage really helped me push through those difficult, dark periods. If you get hate based on a decision you made, or you want to change your career, or you even want to start something for yourself, understand that most people don't want you to get ahead of them. It will make them feel inadequate about their own lives. So they will try and bring you down in any shape or form just so you can stay where you are and not grow. If you can use that hate as fire for yourself, then you will become unstoppable until you achieve what you set out to achieve. It's a very powerful emotion. The third lesson I learned on dealing with hate is to use it as a compliment. Look, if someone is taking their time to hate on you and bring you down, it means you are doing something different. If you are doing the same thing as everyone else, you will just be like everyone else. There is a silver lining behind that negativity and that hate. When you do something new or go on a different path, most of the times you will experience a lot of pushback from people. In the moment, it might feel like the whole world is against you. Like, why is no one understanding where I'm coming from? Why is no one seeing that I'm trying to do good and grow as an individual? It's hard, I know, and I can sympathize with you. But this vision, this idea, this purpose you have for yourself, only you can see that at the beginning. No one else can see this, which in a way makes sense why they push back and hate. That vision came to you, and you have a responsibility to make that into a reality. It takes time for people to adjust and understand what you are doing. They prefer the safe, comfortable journey, but you're different. You are a different breed. You will go on the path that is less traveled, the one that most people fear, because you know for you to become great, for you to build the life you want, you must go through the uncomfortable path, the path that most people are unwilling to go on. You are going to be making decisions and choices in your life that most people are not going to understand why, and they will try to bring you down. They will try and hate you. They will try and bring negativity onto you, but that is okay. As long as you know why you are making those moves, as long as you know why you are making those choices, as long as you know that you are adhering to the vision that you have set for yourself, then it doesn't matter what anyone else says about you. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks of you, because you know those decisions and choices that you made is bringing you peace and fulfillment in your life. When you go back home and you reflect on the things that you are doing and the future that you are setting for yourself, if that gives you peace and excitement, then why does it matter what anyone else says or thinks of you? This is your life, your decisions, your moves, and your choices. You do what you need to do for you to become the person you want to be. So what are you waiting for? Start making those decisions and moves that will propel you to the life that you want. Everything starts from zero. When are you going to start? Peace.